block is back in the gun. Pressured up the middle and sacked. That's Odighizuwa getting in on the party. 6 for the Cowboys today.
All right, we are nearing the end of the NFL football season for 2024, so we had to go out with a bang, right? Welcome into another episode of First and 10 presented by JCPenney. I'm Nicole Hutchison alongside Osa Odighizuwa in the studio. How you doing, Osa?
I'm doing good. Thank you for having me.
Love to hear, love to hear. Glad to have you here. But unfortunately, it has been some tough news this week just with DeMarvion Overshown. I've got to get your input on that because he has been such an integral part to this defense. But you talk about a guy who has brought so much energy and leaves his heart and soul out on the field every single time he steps on the field. What's the mentality like for this defense, and what does that do for the mentality of this defense?
You know, we got to continue to play hard, especially for Demo now, because, you know, that's exactly what he would do if he was out there on the field. He played his heart out, you know what I mean? So we got to go just as hard for him as he was for us when he was out there.
Yeah, and you talk about also the production that he's brought to the team, and it's allowed Mike Zimmer to be a little bit creative as far as pass rush. How much of a challenge will it be now moving forward for you guys, for him to be creative, or does it not really make it a challenge at all?
It's definitely still it's a challenge to not have your playmakers out there. You know what I mean? Like, Demo's presence was definitely felt in every down of the game, so it's definitely going to be challenging not having him out there, not having such a you know what I mean, such an explosive playmaker on our field with us.
But your motto's always been, all we have is all we need. That's something that you spoke to us about on Cowboys Hour, I remember. So how much have you just kind of instilled that in this team moving forward as you get ready for the rest of the season?
That's just part of the game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we love Demo. Definitely gonna miss having him out there, but, you know, next man up. That's just what it is. That's the game of football. There's always injuries during the season, so you got to be ready for that, and when your number is called, you have to be ready to make plays as well. Next
man up and next team up as well. You have the Carolina Panthers on Sunday. You talk about a team that on paper is 3-game losing streak, but they've been in some really close ball games, but you could say the same thing about the Cincinnati Bengals. What's something that you guys took from that game to kind of take into this matchup against the Panthers?
Definitely can't make any critical errors or anything like that. I feel like we've been playing some solid football the past couple of weeks. It just came down to it at the end, and we weren't able to get it done this last game. But, you know, just look at that, make sure we make the proper corrections. The Panthers are definitely a good football team. They've been looking really good the past couple of weeks as well. They've been playing solid ball, coming down to some very close games. So just knowing the challenge that we have ahead and just making sure we're ready for that.
Talking about you specifically, year 4 for you now, where do you feel like your biggest growth has been?
I feel like I'm just more confident. Okay. You know what I mean? Just not only in the work, but just what I've seen and the experience that I have, and just the training, just letting it all take over and letting it come together.
All the training has played a role in your confidence. You talked about the footwork that's improved. That's something that you've been working on, just getting out of your stance and things like that. How much have you seen that area of your game grow, and how much has it translated over the course of the season this year?
I feel like it's definitely a little bit better. Haven't missed as many sacks this year. Obviously, there's been a couple. Got me last week. Joe Burrow's a shifty guy.
He is.
I'll give him the credit for that, but definitely has been paying off, just all the work that's been put in.
The interior, you and Mozzie, you guys have certainly become a tandem, I'd like to say. And that's credit to something that Mike McCarthy had mentioned earlier this season, or kind of midway through the season, was that Mozzie's really starting to understand his role now, that he's got to do a lot more of the dirty work. And you've been with him since he got drafted here. How have you seen him develop compared to last year, and where you've seen him grow and take strides this year?
He's definitely coming into his own as well, you know what I mean, and embracing that role and starting to own it, you know, and you can start to feel his presence out there in terms of like what he's doing in the run game.
Obviously seeing it play it to part, but how much has it helped you in terms of you allowing you to be more free in pass rush and things like that?
I mean, you have to stop the run if you want to rush the passer, so that's definitely helpful. We have good plays, create negatives on first and second down, then we can go have fun and let it loose.
let's have some fun, all right? What's something that nobody knows about Osa Odighizuwa that you would like for people to know outside of anime? Because I feel like everybody knows that you love anime.
Yeah, that's a known. I don't know. I'm a pretty open book, to be honest. I feel like if you don't know me, you're probably not gonna know a lot about me. But like once you meet me, you'll find out very quickly that there's just a lot of different things that are interesting about me.
All right. Like, what's one big thing that makes you interesting? That makes Osa unique?
Off the top of my head, I feel like you'll have to stay tuned and just really pay attention. You know.
All right, stay tuned. Well, I'm gonna bring it back to anime because this is a passion of yours. How much do you watch anime? Like, is this everyday episodes?
I wouldn't say like every day, but like I watch like a couple shows every season. Like I like to watch like the new stuff. Like I have like maybe a couple, like I'll just binge like a 13 episode one real quick just cause that'll be fast. But like I kind of like to watch like a week to week show. You know, I kind of like the anticipation and like the cliffhanger and waiting a week. And then, you know, like say you have like 2 or 3 shows that you're watching, so it's like an hour and a half to 2 hours. Like I make sure I have my snack, my
Got it all on deck.
And for that 2 hours, make sure the vibe is perfect.
Okay. What's the show that you're watching now?
I'm watching Shangri-La Frontier right now.
And what's
my
that
favorite
about?
one. It's like a gaming anime. It's weird. Like this guy plays like really terrible games.
Okay.
And because like they're super difficult or just like really glitchy, that's why they're like really bad. But he gets like really, really good at gaming because of it. So then he starts to play like a game that's super popular, very well made.
Yeah.
And all the experience that he had from playing the games that are like the terrible games makes him like really, really good at this well-made one.
I want Cowboys Nation to know that you get Osa talking when you talk about anime. Just a little thing to note right there. But is there a character that, because we talked about it last year, is there a character that you originally had that resonated with yourself, and how has that character changed, if it's changed at all?
I feel like Ichigo definitely resonates a little bit. Just at first he's doing what he has to do to protect his family, his loved ones, but then he has to like accept the part of himself that actually enjoys to fight and actually enjoys violence. So
The summary of Osa Odighizuwa. We're also gonna still have some more fun real fast. I'm gonna spitfire some questions and then, all right, gonna get your answers. All right, if you could describe your personality in one word, what would it be?
In one word, I feel like that's tough. Unique.
Unique. Okay, that wasn't tough, that was easy. All right, who would you call if you needed a house sitter on the team?
A house sitter on the team?
Yep.
Probably Chance.
Okay.
You know, he's not a dirty guy. Chance keeps it clean. He's not gonna do anything crazy. You know what I mean? Like, I could trust Chauncey.
He's gonna take care of the crib.
Yeah, for
All right.
sure.
Who wouldn't you call to house sit your house?
Who wouldn't I call? I don't know. I feel like I low-key be putting him on blast if I said who I wouldn't. Let's just keep it. I'll call Chance if I need a house sitter.
If you could train or compete with any athlete, dead or alive, who would it be?
Train or compete with any athlete? Aaron Donald.
All right, I like that one. Describe what food best describes your personality. So like, for example, mine's mac and cheese, because it's like, it gives you a certain comfort level, right? I feel like I make people feel comfortable. Yeah.
Food.
Tough, huh? Makes
That
you
is
think.
a hard one.
Makes you think.
I don't know. I'd probably say rice and stew just because it's like extremely flavorful.
When you have like different, okay, I see what you did there. All right, describe your game as a dog breed.
My game? What do you mean?
Just like how you play.
It's a dog breed. I probably have to go with like a pit bull or something like that.
Okay, like that one. Most memorable play of your career.
Most memorable?
Cowboys career. We'll stick with Cowboys.
Okay. That's also a tough one. I don't know. I feel like anytime I get a sack, I like those. Those are probably the most memorable. But like overall, I scored a touchdown when I was in college, so that's gotta
I think that's got to be at the top.
That's the top.
It's got to be at the top. All right. Most embarrassing nickname that your family or friends have given you.
I'm not even gonna You're not getting that out of me. The
I was gonna
CIA
try.
is not getting that one out
I
of
was
me.
trying here. You see what I was?
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so
You have
much.
to pull my fingernails if you want that one.
Thank you so much, Osa. I appreciate your time. And Cowboys Nation, we will be back here next week with another First and 10.